Good morning, everyone. This is Debbie Royce, USA Niagara's Acting Corporate Secretary. I'd like to welcome everyone to this morning's meeting. Before we formally begin, I would ask everyone to please mute your lines unless you're speaking. We'll begin today by taking a roll call of the directors to ensure we have a quorum present on the line. Please be so kind as to say present when you hear your name. Chair Francine Del Monte.
Here.
Paul Nanula.
Present.
Michael Williamson.
Present.
Okay, thanks so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining today. We also have staff on the line. And Chair Del Monte, you're ready to begin.
Thank you, Debbie. I'd like to call to order the meeting of the directors of the USA Niagara Development Corporation for Monday, March 22nd, 2021. I will ask that everyone mute their phone until you're ready to speak. Also, for the record, I will ask that anyone wishing to speak please state your name before you begin. I'd like to note for the record that due to public health concerns and as authorized by an executive order of the governor, this meeting will be conducted by teleconference. I will also note for the record that the public has been given the opportunity to comment on the agenda items by submitting their written comments by 4:30 p.m. on Friday. I'd like to further note for the record that no comments were received from the public concerning today's agenda items. The directors have received the relevant written materials in advance of today's meeting and are free to ask questions at any time. Before we begin with the substantive portion of the meeting, I'd like to ask the directors whether anyone has any potential conflict of interest with respect to the items on the agenda. If so, I would ask you to please make an appropriate disclosure on the record at this time. You will then be sure that you may recuse yourselves from any discussion or vote regarding such items. Hearing none, our first order of business is the approval of the minutes of the December 14th, 2020 directors meeting. Are there any comments, questions, additions, or deletions? If not, I will entertain a motion for approval.
Director Nanula approves. Second, Williamson.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. The motion carries. I'd like to now call upon Anthony Velardo to present the next item on today's agenda, a request for approval of the corporation's fiscal year 2021-22 annual operating and capital budgets. Anthony, when you're ready, please present.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Directors, before you for consideration this morning is our annual budget for the agency. We are asking approval on an operating budget of $703,655. This includes $538,000 in personnel services and $123,000 in non-personnel services. The total budget represents a 6.6% decrease from the 2021 fiscal year operating budget, primarily due to reductions in personnel services and insurance expenditures. We are proposing a capital budget of $24,144,760 this year, which includes design and other soft costs, legal costs, property management and maintenance costs, insurance costs, demolition and site clearance, and other miscellaneous costs. We're anticipating the proposed funding will cover related costs for the Hotel Niagara, the Wyndham Garden Inn, the Cataract Commons project, maintenance and site preparations associated with property secured through the Strategic Land Acquisition Program, as well as soft costs for design and support services with the Rainbow Mall Civic Improvement Project. I will take any questions that anyone may have.
Thank you, Anthony.
No questions.
I'd like everyone to remember to please state your name before speaking. Do either of the directors have any questions or comments regarding this item?
No questions.
No questions.
As I noted earlier, we do not have any comments from the public regarding this item. I'd like to entertain a motion for approval.
Williamson, so moved.
And may I have a
Nanula, second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. The motion carries. I'd like to now call upon Anthony to present an item relating to the approval of the 2021 calendar year operating budget and first quarter 2022 funding for the Niagara Falls Convention and Conference Facility and Old Fall Street project. Anthony, when you are ready.
Thank you, Chairwoman. On July 27th of 2020, the board approved an amendment to our agreement with Spectra to extend their term by 1 year beginning January 1st, 2021 and expiring on December 31st of 2021. With the Conference Center of Niagara Falls and Old Fall Street currently closed to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, Spectra has experienced an unprecedented loss of business resulting in a negative cash flow. It's imperative that USA Niagara provide funding to allow for basic operation, maintenance, and employee retention. Our proposed budget for the calendar year 2021, as you well know, our the Conference Center and Old Fall Street operate on calendar year budget, and we will pre-fund the first quarter of the 2022 calendar year, which is the end of our fiscal year. The operating budget for the Conference Center Niagara Falls is proposed at $406,696. No incentive fees for the Conference Center are expected in the calendar year 2021. The operating budget for Old Fall Street is $584,839. With incentive fees, the total could potentially go to $593,256 for a total operating budget between the two entities of $991,535. I will take any questions on the contract on the budgets for the Conference Center.
No questions.
Directors? If there are any questions or comments, if not, I want to note that, again, we had no comments from the public regarding this item, but I'd like to entertain a motion for approval, please.
Nanula, approve.
And a second.
Williamson, second.
Thank you, directors. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Thank you. The motion carries. Anthony, please present our next agenda item, a request to, among other things, adopt the proposed general project plan for the 500 and 512 3rd Street restoration / rehabilitation land use improvement project.
Thank you, Chairman. As previously authorized by the USA Niagara Board of Directors in January of 2020, we've named TM Montante Development as the preferred developer for these parcels. This project will result in two vibrant mixed-use commercial developments that are critical for the continued development of the 3rd Street Business District. 500 3rd Street is projected to contain ground floor space suitable for a retail or restaurant use, as well as commercial space above. 512 3rd Street would contain retail or restaurant space and use of adjacent outdoor areas. The two properties are will be connected through a finished outdoor seating area, which could be utilized by on-site tenants or for special events. On October 11th of 2019, USA Niagara received several RFP proposals for all of our 3rd Street holdings, however, only one for these respective properties. TM Montante Development intends to complete the estimated $4.25 million project in two stages. The first being the construction of either 500 or 512 3rd Street, which would be phase one, and the second will be the property not chosen for phase one. And that'll be dependent upon where they get a tenant signed first for a lease. The purchase price for both parcels will be $1 and to reimburse USA Niagara for any costs associated with a portion of cleanup at the site of 503 Main Street. These projects will be they are going to seek SHPO tax credits, so you know they'll be done with a high quality of work. I will entertain any questions on approving our general project plan for these parcels.
Williamson, no questions.
Nanula, no questions.
Chairwoman?
Chad Monte, you might be on mute. If you're speaking, we can't hear you.
She just texted me as everyone disconnected. So give me a second here.
Okay, maybe just ask her to dial back in again.
Yes, yep, I'm doing that right now. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for your patience as the chair dials back into the meeting. Thank you.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, I did anybody else get disconnected?
No, ma'am.
No, still here.
Geez,
Nulah's
I'm
still
very
here.
sorry. My phone went off and I didn't touch anything. I apologize. Anthony, I think you were finishing up. I'm really very sorry. I was disconnected from the line.
That's okay. I finished the remarks on 500 and 512 3rd Street and asked if there were any questions.
And let me note that there are no comments from the public with regarding this item. And if I may entertain a motion for approval.
Williamson, so moved.
Nanula, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. The motion carries. Anthony, please present today's final agenda item, a request to, among other things, adopt the proposed general project plan for the 554 and 558 3rd Street land use improvement project.
Thank you, Chairwoman. This project will support SJI's phased investment in a mixed-use development at the corner of Main and 3rd Streets. Phase 1 will consist of the creation of 36 residential apartments and 6 commercial spaces. SJI's total investment for Phase 1 of this project is expected to be approximately $3.7 million. As part of our strategic land acquisition program, we acquired 2 vacant lots adjacent to this project. These lots are former residential use, and we did not see them having a large market. And in order for us to support this multi-million-dollar investment, we are seeking board approval to sell these parcels to SJI Development. I will entertain any questions that the board may have.
Williamson, no questions.
Nanula, no questions.
And again, for this particular item, there have been no comments from the public. And if I may entertain a motion for approval, directors?
Nanula, approved.
Williamson, second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Oh, thank you. The motion does carry. There being no further business, may I have a motion to adjourn this meeting? But prior to us doing that, and before either of the directors motion to adjourn, I want to thank Paul Nanula. This is Paul's last meeting with all of us at USA Niagara. He has elected to step away, and we want to say thank you to Paul and offer our appreciation for all the work and time and effort that he's put on being a board member. Paul, we wish you good health and good things coming your way. I know that, you know, for the past couple of years, it's been Michael, you, and me. Kind of hate to see the triumvirate. We've essentially held together this organization as board members. And I know sometimes it's been difficult, you know, because you have a lot of other business and other interests that take your time away. But it's certainly, we're very appreciative that you've always made time to be a part of these meetings.
Well, great. Thank you, Francine. I just want to applaud the group and, all USA Niagara for all the accomplishments over the many years and the continued success. I'm sure, as I mentioned to Anthony, I'm sure our family will be continuing to look at doing business in Niagara Falls, as we've been great supporters of Niagara Falls and the area. So I just wanted to say thank you, and it's been a pleasure. And I wish the whole team continued success.
Well,
Thanks, Paul. I wish you well.
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Paul, for all your work. We really appreciate it, and could not have done a lot of things we did without your service.
Thank you. Well, it was a pleasure.
Paul, you've been a valued member, and I know there are good things to come on both sides. So enjoy all that else that is occupying your time and your family, of course. And we'll look forward to seeing you again.
Great. Thank you, Francine.
And Debbie, thank you. Paul, this is your last motion. You get to adjourn us, Paul, so you have to do it formally.
I have a Nanula motion to adjourn.
Williamson, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I
The
just
motion
would like
carries,
to know,
and thank you to everyone for participating in today's meeting. And have a great day. Thank you.
wait, before you go, Francine, just want to note that Syracuse is in the Sweet 16.
Well,
Here.
I know in those days when the three of us, the five of us, whatever, could gather in the conference room, there was always a lively discussion. And in fact, I think these meetings often interrupted you getting to one of those games. So, Michael, I'm glad to hear that, and I hope you get there. By the way, I just want you to know my nephew is a graduate of Loyola.
Oh, beautiful.
So, we've got a 101-year-old nun on our side.
That's right. Okay. All right, everyone, have a good afternoon.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.